guys, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, hi, my name is Doreen. Thank you so much for stopping by. I hope you stick around. I hope you subscribe, and if you're a returning subscriber, thank you so much for coming in again. Guys, I want to apologize in advance. It's a Sunday afternoon, and I think in most places Sunday afternoons are pretty quiet, but here Sunday afternoons are quite loud. Everybody in my house is around. Everybody's around, there's noise everywhere, so I want to apologize in advance in case you hear some popo, some screaming, you know, just take it like that, okay? Lagos is noisy. So guys, in today's video we're going to be doing another Ask Doreen episode, and today's episode is going to be all about friendships. I'm just going to be sipping my, it's actually water. I'm going to be sipping my water while I answer some of the questions you guys sent me. I put a question sticker on my Instagram, and I actually guys send me questions about friendships, frenemies, your friendship dilemmas and situations, and all that good stuff. Okay, so yeah, let's jump right into the questions. So I'm going to be reading the questions from the screen here, and so yeah, let me start here. And guys, I haven't like really like looked at these questions, looked. Okay, I just took the screenshots and I saved them. So all these answers are going to be from my heart and from my head. I didn't practice them, okay? So the first question says, do you have a particular trait you want your friends to have? Not particularly. I feel like I just like it when my friends have similar values. Before I can even be friends with someone, if I can say you're my friend, we have to have similar values. We have to stand for similar things. Like in similar situations, we'll do the same thing, something like that. Not necessarily every single thing. Two people can never be the same, but yeah, my friends should have similar values, because I feel like your friends kind of mirror who you are. Not everything, like I said, they might have some bad habits you might not have, they might have some vices you might not have, or some good things you might not have as well, but I feel like to an extent they kind of mirror the kind of person you are. So yeah, my friends have to have similar values as me. Next question says, what's your take on 3 people friendships? Do you think 2 of them are always closer? Yes, I feel like I think it's yes and no, because it depends on the dynamics of the relationship. So if it's a friendship where 3 of you actually met at the same time, maybe 3 of you became roommates and you just realized that you guys are close friends, so 3 of you became friends at the same time, there was no prior 2-person friendship before that time, I feel like it's very possible that 3 of you are equal. But if it's a situation where 2 people were friends, they now meet another friend and they're now 3, I feel like it's very possible that those 2 people remain close friends. And in clique situations, like when there are 4, 5, 6, there will definitely be mini cliques in between the clique. These 2 people, these 2 people, these 2 people. That's how it always works, in my opinion, though. And there's also a situation where it's one person that brings the 3 of them together, if you get what I mean. So A, B, C are friends. A is closer to B. C is also closer to B. A and C don't really talk as much as they talk to B, okay, but there are 3 of them are friends, if you get what I mean. So it's very possible that one person is like the middle person that brings them together, or it might be equal. I don't think it's an always situation. Next question, what do you do when a friend keeps lying to you when you know the truth? Or more, one thing that I feel like is very, very important to me is honesty. I feel like if we're friends, there's no need to lie, especially when it's a big issue. Like, I'm asking you what happened and you're lying to me, except you're trying to surprise me. Babe, pleasantly surprise me, by the way, because now we have to be specifying the kind of surprise we're talking about. Except you're trying to pleasantly surprise me, so you have to say you're here when you're not here. But apart from that kind of situation, if you keep lying to me when I actually know what happened, because you are my friend, I'm going to try and give you benefit of the doubt. So I'm going to ask you. I'm not going to say, oh, she's lying to me, because it's very possible that the truth I think I know is a lie, if you get what I mean. So I'm going to ask the friend, okay, if it's a situation of something happened, okay, so what's actually, oh my god, I'm going to say, oh, what actually happened, tell me. And if the person is still saying something opposite to what I think is the truth, I'll say, okay, but I heard this, or but this is the truth. And I'll just see how the person responds to that. So the person comes out and says, oh, that's not what happened, and the person actually like tries to clarify the situation, it might be that they were not lying. Or if it's the situation where the person keeps up the lie, or the person is trying to, I don't know, be shady about it, I think I'll just straight up confront them. There's no straight up, like, that kind of situation, I won't be able to pretend with you. So I'll just straight up tell you, why you lying to me? Why did you lie? Do you get? I think this is what happened. So why did you lie to me? Stuff like that. So yeah, I think I'll just confront them. But if it's someone that I'm not even friends with, like I'm just really trying to see if we can be friends, if we're still acquaintances, I might not tell you nothing. I'll just know that's okay. Next question says, who are the closest people in your life right now, like your support system? I don't know, should I list their names? I feel like my girls are definitely closer to me right now. For the longest time, my male friends used to be the closest to me. Like, I did not really know how to make female friends like that. I didn't really know how to open up to girls. I had so many bad experiences with female friendships, so I was very, very resistant with female friendships. But I've gotten to a point in my life where my girls, they're the closest to me. Like, they're my support system. I still have my male friends though, but like I value my female friendships a lot right now. So yeah, I don't need to start calling their names, but yeah, I have my girls. Next question says, how do you make female friends? Sis! Let me stay hydrated to answer that question. I don't know how you're gonna do it. I honestly, like, there's no answer to this. I don't think there's an answer to this. All I'll say is be open-minded, because for the longest time, I don't know if it's because I grew up around boys or anything, but I just felt like making female friends was the hardest thing. It was such a chore. I could count how many female friends I had, like maybe like 2 back then when I was 14, 15, 16. I didn't really have a lot of female friends. I had very, very few. My male friends were just easier. They didn't take things to heart. They were easier to get along with. I could trust them more and stuff like that. They were not going to start beefing you because of your hair or something, you know, all that petty stuff. So I did not open my mind up to the possibility of having a female friend, and I think that one really like made me resist friendships that could have been good. So I feel like the first thing is you open your mind up to the possibility. Don't conclude on females before you even get close to them. Don't start saying things like, girls hate each other, girls are each other's worst enemies. Don't like take away that mindset, because if you can take away the mindset, then when a girl is approaching you or when you can see that a friendship is about to form, you are not resistant, you are not paranoid when there's nothing there. Do you understand? So open your mind up. And number 2 thing is, don't make friends based on superficial things like we have the same name, like, hey girl, your name is also Chioma, my middle name is Chioma too, besties. Because girls can be friends based on the fact that they both had colored hair during registration, so they just decided that let's be besties. Or they both have the same name, or they like very, very superficial things. So yeah, I'm not saying you can't meet a close friend based on those. You guys can meet like that, but your basis for the friendship should not be something superficial, because honestly that kind of friendship will probably not stand the test of time, and you shouldn't expect much from somebody like that, honestly. So I feel like make sure that it's not based on something superficial like, oh my gosh, she uses an iPhone X so I can take pictures with her phone, so now we're close friends, now I can tell her all my secrets, share my whole life with her. No, I feel like it has to be deeper than that. Okay, so yeah, those are the tips that I can give to you. So the next question says, how to handle a friend who insults and acts in a bad manner toward you when you have a misunderstanding. Don't. Even when I annoy my mother, she doesn't insult me, okay? Even when I piss God off, he doesn't insult me. So who are you to insult me because we have a misunderstanding? I just feel like people like that obviously have issues they haven't dealt with, and they're projecting those things on you. Because I feel like if we're friends, we're going to disagree a lot, we're going to have a lot of misunderstandings, and we'll argue. So if you can't take that, and every single time you have a misunderstanding you start insulting me, start calling me names and acting like I'm your enemy now, then I think it's toxic behavior, and I honestly will not put up with that. And I don't advise you to, because those people make it so hard. They make the friendship so hard, and before you know it, you start to please them. So if you're now like a calm person, you don't like confrontation, you don't like stress, because you know that anytime this person is upset, this person like throws tantrums and starts to like make it a very big deal, because of that you start to please them unknowingly. Like you start to work on eggshells around them. So now you don't want to say, like, if you don't want to say the truth when you're annoyed, you don't tell them. When they do something to you, you don't want to tell them. When they are misbehaving, you don't want to tell them so that they don't get angry. And I think that that's not friendship. Maybe you should have a conversation about it. Just let the person know. Maybe they don't even know that that's what they do. Maybe that's the way they were raised and they think it's the normal way to handle disagreements. So have the conversation. I always say that give people the opportunity, especially if they're your friends. If you value that friendship, give people the opportunity, have the conversation, let them know that, see, anytime you have an argument, you always insult me, you always do this, and it always makes me so, I don't think it's necessary. It makes me feel like this. And if they actually are repentant and they're like, oh, I'm going to start stopping it, they can actually work on themselves, okay? And you guys can have a great friendship afterwards, okay? But if they're not willing to, then baby girl, walk away. That's what I'd say. Next question. So the next question is, how do you deal with a very good old friend that has basically been present with you for all your wins and is all of a sudden acting very jealous? This question is deep. Let me stay hydrated. Honestly, this question breaks my heart because I think it's very unfortunate that people allow jealousy come between like long-standing friendships. But the truth is, it happens a whole lot. And I think, first of all, don't yet conclude. I know that yes, there are signs that your friend is there are certain signs that can be pretty obvious that someone is jealous of you, or someone is suddenly not happy for you anymore. But first of all, like I always say, have the conversation. So let them know, girl, I just be feeling like anytime I tell you about this business, you don't seem happy when I hit something followers, or when I tell you that I made this deal, you're just always this, let them know what are the traits they're exhibiting. Is it that they're not supporting you? Is it that they're suddenly gaslighting you? Is it that they're suddenly like, I don't know, what exactly are they doing? Okay, what sign are they exhibiting that's making you believe that they're now acting jealous towards you? So yeah, I think you should have that conversation. Since it's a long-standing friendship and you obviously value this friendship, have the conversation, let them know what they're doing. There might be a logical reason for it, okay? So if it's support, like you don't support me anymore, I just realized that since I started my channel, let's say the channel, you don't really care about this, you don't repost my stuff, you're never interested. I just want to know, is anything up? Because I want to know, okay? So have the conversation with them, and if there's there might be a valid, it might be that something is going on with them, or I don't know, but there might be a valid reason, or maybe they just didn't know they were doing all those things, and maybe something that can be amended, and you realize that it wasn't jealousy in the first place. But if it's something that is still seeming like jealous, because I feel like when someone starts to show signs of jealousy, it starts to spread to other areas too. After a while, they won't even be able to stand you anymore. So I think if you have the conversation and it's full plain old jealousy right there, then it's unfortunate. Honestly, it's unfortunate. It's unfortunate, but that friendship might just have to, I don't want to say cut them off. I don't think so. If it's something that the person is willing to admit and say, okay, yeah, since you started this business, I've just been feeling like, I don't know, that I'm not achieving anything because I don't have anything going on, so it makes me feel somehow, blah blah blah. If it's something that the person is willing to pray about, because this thing is an actual issue that people should pray about and work on. So if something that the person is actually willing to work on for the betterment of a friendship, then why not? Like, they can. Yes, you guys might drift for that period, okay, but I feel like after a while you guys can always be friends again. But if the person is still like, I don't if the person is acting very nonchalant and stuff, then maybe that's just the end of the friendship. Because the truth is, some people are happy for you just as long as you are not topping them, or they don't think you're topping them. So if you get an iPhone and it's an iPhone X and it's an iPhone 11, they'll be happy for you because it's not an iPhone 11. But if you get an iPhone 12 after a month, they suddenly can't be happy for you again because now they feel like you're topping them. So some people are like that. They're happy for you, they support you as long as they feel like they still have an edge, okay? And the moment they feel like they don't have that edge anymore, they find it difficult. So it might just be a situation of that. Just saying. Sorry, girl. Next question says, do you think I should make an effort in making small talks with the twins? You know the story. It's my friend that sent this. Actually know the story. Not to necessarily be best of friends or go back to how things were, just to be cordial. Well, yeah, you can be cordial with them. at least now you know that they can't necessarily be in your inner circle or anything. So you can be cordial, hey girl, what's up, how are you? No unnecessary lunch dates and visiting each other and all those things, taking pictures together. Now, not necessarily to that extent anymore, but you guys can be cordial, because I don't believe that friendship has to end with beef all the time. So yeah, you guys can be cordial, and just be careful, because sometimes being too cordial with someone you have decided like you don't want to be, like you don't want in your life like that anymore, it can, if you're not careful, you might slip right back in, or you might let them in again. So all of a sudden now you're telling them, opening up to them again and everything, and you're just back to square one. So you have to set like legit boundaries if you want to go on with that cordiality. And yeah, that's what I'd say. Next question is, do you think a lot of fallouts can be avoided if we loved each other like Christ? The answer is obvious. I just wanted to talk about that. I think that if we all loved like Christ, that's the goal. That's my goal. I feel like that's every Christian's goal, to get to a point where they love like Jesus loves. And I feel like if everybody loves like that, friendships will be better. Because honestly, I think I talked about it in my video of how God changed me. If you haven't seen it, I think it's here. Okay, yes, I'm going to link it here. But since I consciously started to even walk with God and let Him transform me, I just noticed that I can tolerate my friends a bit more. Even when they piss me off, it doesn't really affect me. I don't give them attitude for, I don't have all that friendship drama. I talked about this before. So yes, definitely, the more you start to get close to God, just imagine all friends are now like trying to love like Christ. Friendship would be so beautiful. So yeah, definitely. Next question is, do you agree that people can outgrow certain friendships? Yes. Capital letter Y, yes. It's very, very possible. Just because you guys have been friends since primary school doesn't mean you're going to be friends till you get married and have kids and your kids will be friends. That happens sometimes, but not all the time. You definitely outgrow people. Definitely. Especially when some people have just refused to grow up. And yeah, you definitely outgrow people as you get more responsible, as you mature, as you grow. Basically, some people will just stop being on your wavelength, and this can happen in the space of 2 months. Okay, there's some people that you might be friends with now, and in the next 2 months you're just realizing that we're not then I used to be interested in gossip and nonsense talk and stuff. Now I want to talk about my future. I want to talk about investments. I want to talk about money. I want to talk about good things now. I want to talk about other things now, and you're just not on that wavelength. So now I've kind of outgrown that friendship. Do you get what I mean? So yes, it's definitely possible. Next question, do you think there can ever be a need to cut people off, or is being the bigger person was best? I think there can be a need to cut people off. I don't necessarily think it's something you should be doing all the time. You don't necessarily have to cut anybody off. I didn't always know this, obviously, but now as an adult, I just think as an adult, when did I turn 21? Guys, I'm an adult, please. Anyway, as an adult, I think you don't necessarily have to cut every single person that you think is not a good friend to you off. You don't necessarily have to, and there's some people that you might just notice that I don't think I should let this person too close, and you just keep them in their category, but you don't actually have to like cut them off from your life. But in a situation where someone is very, very toxic to your peace, even your health, everything, you might just have to say, okay, please don't ever talk to me again. I love you, I forgive you, I love you with the love of Christ, but from afar. Like I will say, I love you from afar, please. I don't want you close to me anymore. I don't want you calling my name. I don't want any of that, because it's just possible that in some situations that will happen. Okay, next question says, is friendship drama avoidable, or is it always bound to happen? It's avoidable to an extent. Okay, if what you mean by drama is she betrayed me, she lied to me, she did this, she did that, that's definitely avoidable. Definitely. But arguments are not avoidable. Misunderstandings, we are human. We are human, they're bound to happen. So the next question says, how to deal with friends who turn enemies? Wait, let me drink water. I don't know. Hey, I don't know. I don't you think that enemies is a strong word, sort of? Don't you think it's kind of a strong word? Guys, enemies is a very, very strong word. If you don't know, let me tell you. Enemies is a very, very strong word, and I know the opposite of friend is enemy, I think. And if you just mean someone who was your friend and all of a sudden the person starts to wish you badly, starts to hate on you and stuff like that, this just reminded me of a situation I had when I was a teenager. I was friends with someone until date. I don't know what happened. It was just like I don't know, she just suddenly hated me. Like till date, I'm telling you, I don't know what happened. I've forgiven her now, it's forgotten, all is forgotten. This happened a lot of years ago. So yeah, but I get what you mean, I get how it feels. Then I used to cry a lot. I just used to cry when I'd hear the things she's saying about me, when I hear the things she's wishing for me, and a lot of things she was just doing. I would just be crying, and because in that situation there's really nothing you can do. It's honestly beyond it. What do you want to do? Confront them? And I do not advise you to start wishing them badly, start being an enemy to them. I think you should just try and protect your own heart and make sure that you don't turn bitter, you don't turn evil, don't reciprocate. You get what I mean? Don't reciprocate, don't try to revenge anything. But be careful, sis, because people are wild, you know. People poison people, okay? Friends poison friends, pour acid on their faces when they are sleeping, snatch husbands, a lot of things. I don't know why I didn't snatch husbands, but guys, people actually do a lot of evil things. So please be careful. Don't be doing, you want to love them, so you're now bringing them, you know that these people don't even wish you well, and you are still see, plead the blood of Jesus. At this point, just plead the blood of Jesus over your life. Start praying for God to protect you. Yeah, I don't know, that's all I'll say about the question. I really do not know any other way to answer this question, and I really hope that God helps you go through this, because I know how painful it can be. It was a very dark time for me, so yeah, sorry boo. Last question. This question is actually a long scenario type question, that's why I saved it for last, so I'm going to read it out. Good evening, Doreen. I have this friend since 100 level, and about early January they did something really bad to me. I called them for something we had to do in our Senate, and on getting there, I was not able to do mine as fast as they did theirs. They left me and went to the hostel. I just noticed they weren't there again, and I called them immediately that I didn't like what they did. Just one out of the three apologized, and I just let it go. Early February, something worse happened, and this time I literally told the person I didn't like what she did. Oh more, this my friend insulted the life out of me. I was so angry and sad that I couldn't read. Then I stopped talking to her because she made me feel as if I didn't have a right to be angry. A few weeks later, they all just stopped talking to me, including the ones I do not have issues with. It hurt so much that all my friends just stopped talking to me for no reason. Let me finally finish this water because I need a lot of hydration for this. I understand you. I can relate to an extent, because I think I've had this kind of situation, not necessarily, but I think I've had this kind of situation where, oh, your friends stop talking to you. But I would say that the first instance when they left you and they finished what they were doing and they left you there and stuff like that, I don't think that might have been it might not have been something they did to hurt you per se, if you get what I mean. It might just have been something they didn't really think about. It's like, oh, let's be going, she's still here, I can't wait for her and stuff. Maybe they were wrong to not inform you first, okay? But maybe they were wrong to not inform you first, but this is something that definitely could have happened innocently. And since you expressed your dissatisfaction and your hurt to them, and one of them apologized and you let it go, I don't know, there's something worse that happened exactly, but if he got you this angry, then it's probably something that really hurt you. If this your friend is insulted, guys, I don't like insults. Honestly, like, you can talk to someone without insulting them. I think in any fallout I've had with my friends, I don't think insults have ever been like, start saying you are a this, you are a that, nah, we're not 5. It's 5-year-olds that do, you're a big girl, you're this. At this point, I don't think anybody should be, no matter the disagreements you have, if you start to insult me, nothing you are saying makes sense. Like, I can't hear you anymore, I'm sorry. Even shouting at me, like, don't do it. Like, so I don't know why this friend insulted the life out of you, and obviously it made you so sad that you couldn't even read, and I understand that. And then you stopped talking to her because she made you feel like you didn't have a right to be angry. Maybe she was gaslighting you. I really don't know the circumstance, like what happened, but I understand how you feel. And yeah, it might be a situation where the reason why they were friends with you in the first place is because this person you had an issue with was friends with you. So now that this person is no longer talking to you, or in this case you stop talking to her, they're not going to talk to you anymore. I think that's just how it works. So I think you should actually sit, okay, evaluate these people, because honestly it's not by force to be in a clique. You can like two people in a group and not necessarily care about the remaining two. You can like two people in a clique and not necessarily want to be friends with the other two. It doesn't mean you have to force yourself into that clique to fit. I've made this mistake before. Trust me, I have. So I'd say you don't have to be in that group of friends or that clique. So evaluate the people, evaluate one by one. Do I really want to be friends with this person? What values do they have? Do they align with my own? When I'm with this person, do I look like a better version of myself? Do I look like who I want to be? Or they drag me down, they drag me back? Like, why am I friends with this person? It has to be something really substantial, okay? Evaluate all of them one by one like that. And if you realize that maybe you really don't even want to be friends with any of them, then I think you can just let it go, okay? If you realize that, okay, it's just maybe two people that you want to be friends with, first of all, reconcile the situation. Go back to this friend you stopped talking to. Let her know that you've forgiven her. You should actually forgive her. It's not an easy process, but I think you should forgive her and just make peace with the situation. Not necessarily to be her friend anymore, but just let her know that you forgive her now. Talk to each and every one of them. Apologize if you need to, just for peace sake, okay? Not because you are foolish. Don't say they think I'm a mumu and all these things. Talk to each and every one of them. Say, I don't know what I did to you guys that you stopped talking to me, but if I did anything to you, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to. If there's anything I did that you want to tell me, let me know. You know, just have that conversation with all of them. If you guys have a group chat or you guys can talk together, then you can iron it out together. I think this is a situation that shouldn't necessarily steal your peace this much, to the point where it stops you from reading. Girl, like, you have to deal with it ASAP. So yes, that's what I'd say. And if you realize after doing this talking to them situation, you might not necessarily want to be friends with them again, okay, you can just say it's just for peace to reign, and then you just remove yourself. All right, so guys, that's the end of this friendship ask Doreen episode. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I actually really enjoyed answering these questions, as you can tell. Let me know, yeah, what you think in the comment section about any of the questions that I answered, and give this video a thumbs up if you liked it. Share it with your friends. Yes, with your friends. This is a friendship you get. And I'm going to leave a link in my description box where you can actually send in your questions. Anytime you watch this video, you can send in your questions so that maybe on the next episode I can answer your question. And yeah, follow me on Instagram, because that's where all the stuff happens. I'm there every single day, okay? So follow me on Instagram if you're not following me. Subscribe to my channel if you're not yet subscribed, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye.